Kicking off your Saturday from Carnesecca Arena for a Big East showdown as the Red Storm of St. John's play host to Marquette University, the Golden Eagles, who are looking to win 5 of their last 6 and hope to do it on the road here in Queens. Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining us. Cam Manna with you on the St. John's YouTube channel. St. John's last night, a tough 3-set loss against DePaul. Marquette was in town in South Orange. They took down Seton Hall in 4 sets. This Marquette squad receiving 15 votes in the top 25, picked second in the preseason poll in the Big East. A group that has put together winning season after winning season, but now look to do it again under first-year head coach Tom Mendoza. On the other side, Joanne Persico and St. John's at 5-13, 1-4 in Big East play. It's not been the start that they hoped for, but they understand how young this group is, led by countless freshmen. The setter Martina Capincelli, Chloe Bell, the first year, leads the squad in blocks, and Martina Getzi with 14 kills last night, also the first year. They hope for the upset on their home hardwood. St. John's and Marquette, and you're underway on this Saturday night from Queens. First look for the Golden Eagles, and a kill for Kira Schmidt, the freshman. 55th kill of her season, and also Marquette, a young squad. 6 freshmen, they've brought in 3 transfers, a complete flip with Mendoza at the helm. That's Adrina Studer with the serve. Martina Getzi on the board. Back-to-back games with career highs of 14 kills, gets number 1 to tie it up. St. John's rocking a new lineup. Kendall White, the first year, is out for the second consecutive match. Barbara Costa dos Santos, the sophomore, she's in replacing as an outside hitter. Nicely set up and hammered down. Hattie Bray. That name will be called a bunch here tonight. Preseason Big East unanimous selection. That's kill 151 for the 5th year out of Hancock, Wisconsin. Back row, Getzi the dig. Capincelli, the freshman setter. Parker back-footed, and she missed it on the side out. Ella Parker, redshirt freshman, 3rd on the team with 73 kills. Has also come into a starting role even more with the absence of Kendall White, who is 2nd on the team for the first 10 matches in kills for St. John's. Capincelli, they want Aaron Jones. They got her. Dug out wonderfully from Radiff. Free ball over. Back to Aaron Jones. Good dig. Middle there was King. And Solano Smith can't keep it alive for the Red Storm. It's a rolling start for Marquette on top 4-1. Marquette 2-0 on the road. 65-7 coming into this season in conference play. They've made it 69-8 in Big East play over the last 4 seasons coming in. Jones towards the scores table, how about it? Solano Smith, the free ball. In system, Golden Eagles. Blocked! It's Kaya Harris. Big number 4-0 in the block department for Harris. Goes one-on-one with Hattie Bray and says no. 4-2 Marquette. Early first set here from Queens. And Rashani Solano Smith, the junior libero, sets to serve here for St. John's. Tough spot over the net. That was a good look for Bell, but she mishandled it. St. John's a miscue. That's what's hurt this team. We go back last night in their 3-set loss against DePaul. Lost set 1, 29-27. The final 2 sets, St. John's led, specifically in set 2, 13-8, but DePaul put together a 5-0 run led by some Red Storm errors. They hope to clean that up here against a wonderful Marquette team that lost in the Big East title match a year ago against Creighton. Far side official talking to Joanne Persico in her 32nd season. She got on the mic pregame, mentioned that it's a very special weekend here at St. John's. Breast Cancer Awareness Weekend with all the pink that you'll see in the crowd. And the Catholic Youth Organization also being honored during the national anthem. Joanne Persico grew up playing volleyball starting at the age of 8 with the Catholic Youth Organization, and she mentioned on the loudspeaker how much it meant for her early days in the sport of volleyball. Back to it, Natalia Ring with the serve. Solano Smith the dig, nothing to show for. It's 6-2 Golden Eagles. Marquette has been to the Big East title 3 of the last 4 seasons. But in 2023, they lost in round 2 against St. John's in a huge upset. Dug out from Getzi. Almost a set kill there from Capincelli, the freshman, out of Bologna, Italy. Nicely tapped from Chloe Bell, Capincelli, the free ball. Set up then from Haggard. Great dig, Solano Smith. Back to Parker. St. John's with the point, but they give it to Marquette. Net violation against Parker on what was an outstanding point for Rashani Solano Smith, the libero number 9 for St. John's. Isabella Haggard, the freshman number 3 for Marquette, has had some wonderful assist chances. Ring back to the serve. Capincelli, Aaron Jones, love tap. She's got it. 7-3. St. John's back on the board with Aaron Jones, team kill leader at now 222. Unanimous all Big East. And Joanne Persico has mentioned her growth has been a much more vocal leader this year as the senior. Sets to serve. Can't be dug out nicely. Marquette works backwards and can't go forwards. Emma Parks, the freshman, with the error. And Aaron Jones contributing to back-to-back points for St. John's. Jones with 11 kills last year against Marquette. Just 7 last night against DePaul. Did have 19 assists. She has done it all for the Red Storm. Dug out from Schmidt. Worked right side. It's Bray. She's got the kill. It's her second. Hattie Bray last season, North Region first team, 273 kills. She'll get to that 270 mark in the next few weeks. She's at 152 and set to serve here. 8-4 Marquette first set. Haggard, good slam. Solano Smith all over the place. Parker works left side. Can't find it. From the back row, chance for Ring. Jones sets up Bell. Tipped. St. John's point. Chloe Bell in system. Kill 92 for the first year. From Atlanta, Georgia, went to Chapel Hill High School. 526 kills in her 3 seasons at the varsity level at Chapel Hill. Ella Parker serves. St. John's down by 3, crawling back. Haggard sets up. Parks works over. She's rejected. Ludovica Zola, the senior, using the length at 6'3" for the denial. St. John's now coupled on a 3-0 run. Parker from the stripe. It's an error. That's been a question for St. John's. They've been out-aced over their last 5 matches and have had a ton of trouble from the service stripe, especially early on in the season. And Joanne Persico mentioned we have to serve well at home, cannot let the bright lights become an issue. And that's continued to be a really mind-boggling problem for St. John's. Isabel Haggard, the freshman center out of Lexington, Kentucky, who's had a phenomenal first season with the serve. Jones, Ludovica Zola, can't thread the needle on the back row. Haggard had 39 assists last night against Seton Hall. Her 8th 30-plus performance. Solano Smith, Aaron Jones, Getzi. Getzi continues to come up big. And it goes back to that conversation about it being a quote-unquote rebuild year for Joanne Persico and St. John's because of all the freshmen. But Getzi's going to have some kind of career. That's kill 92. Lucrezia Lodi checks in, the senior, to serve. Hammers it back row. Haggard sets. Right side slam from Radif. Nothing to show for. Getsy bumps it over. Golden Eagles back to it. Back to Radif. She's blocked. Who is it? Martina Getsy. 10-8 Marquette. St. John's cuts it to 2 here in the first set. Getsy now with 2 kills and a block. Haggard, dead middle, blocked from Chloe Bell and Kaya Harris. Harris the block with Ludovica Zola, but it's a Marquette point on the side out. Harris has done a wonderful job, also the first year from Atlanta, Georgia. Has a block so far, multi-blocks 11 times this season for Kaya Harris. Service duties for Mari King from Jacksonville, Florida. One of those 6 freshmen for Marquette. Was the Florida High School Athletic Association all-time kill leader with 2,300. Barbara Costa dos Santos finds Getsy on the pass from Jones. It's a kill. Getsy's third. It's a team lead. Wonderful start for Martina Getsy. Hattie Bray is the leader on the other side with 3. Martina Caponcelli has the serve. Haggard sets up, slam down, and nothing that Caponcelli can do. That's Kira Schmidt. First kill for the freshman here tonight. 3 or more kills in 10 matches. That's a service error. Makes it 12-10. St. John's back down by 2. Almost midway through this first set. Costa dos Santos comes out. Ella Parker, third in kills for St. John's. She's in that front line of Parker, Jones, and Kaya Harris. Getsy serves. Nice downwarding spin. Pin switch to Ring. Couldn't find it. Parker swings with the kill. St. John's back within 1. That was the 4th attempt for Parker. Finally has a kill to show for. Getsy's been outstanding at the stripe. Bray, too much on it. St. John's ties it up. Not often does Hattie Bray make a mistake on a set from Haggard. She does there. Red Storm hoping for their first lead of this first set against Marquette. Pancaked in the air. Switched over to Ring on the pin switch. St. John's on top on the error. Out of bounds against Marquette. 13-12 Red Storm. After a gut-wrenching loss last night against DePaul. What a start for St. John's. Ring silences things down. Went off her forearm, but that downward spin helped out for Natalia Ring. Elena Radif, the 5th year, now serves. And it's an ace. 10th ace of the 5th season for Radif. Her and Hattie Bray, the 2 5th years, true Marquette players. Those 3 transfers on the roster. 2 of them have not played this season. We've mentioned Adriana Studer. She's a transfer. Service error there against Marquette. We're at 14 apiece. Rashani Solano-Smith, the libero, back to serve. Has 20 aces this season. Dug out nicely. Haggard wanted the set kill. Back over from Harris. Haggard flips. Bray, she's blocked. Caponcelli back to Parker. Second look for Ring, and she's got the point. Marquette on top, 15-14. Multiple sides, some substitutions as we hit the media timeout. Golden Eagles up by 1, but St. John's, led by Martina Getzi with 3 kills, has kept them in it. We'll step away, back in a moment. Hear from Queens. (15-14) Marquette lead off the media timeout here in Queens. Big East battle. St. John's at 1-4 in conference play. Marquette off to a 4-1 start, receiving votes in the top 25 poll. Hattie Bray's led the way for the Golden Eagles with 3 kills. Martina Getzi, 4 seasons less than Hattie Bray. She leads the way for St. John's with 3. Red Storm looking to battle one of the top teams in the Big East and the country for that matter. Ring the serve, Jones the dig. Cap and Shelley to Chloe Bell. Into the stands. 5th row to be exact. Chloe Bell had 8 kills against DePaul. That's tied a season high for the freshman. She's got 2 so far. St. John's with 17 as a team on attempts and 7 overall. 20 attempts for Marquette. Jones the serve, dug out from Parks. Back row set, off the net. Would have been blocked, likely from Zola. May have had a hand on it. And St. John's 2-0 run off the timeout, a 16-15 lead. Jones is so comfortable at the service stripe. Team leader in aces, kills, second in assists, and digs. What can't she do? Lefty shot there from Phil. Comes up empty, first time she's checked in. Haggard sets. Oh, man. Hattie Bray bruising the hardwood. Bray's got 4 and now serves, just like Aaron Jones. 2 players that do it all for their squads. Solano Smith thought it was going to go back row out. It's a service ace. Tough miss there for St. John's. Marquette in front 17-16 here in the first set. Bray sets up once again. Chance to be Big East Player of the Year. She's got back-to-back service aces. 8 on her season, and it forces Joanne Persico for a timeout. 18-16 Marquette, putting together a comeback overall in this first set, rolling behind where St. John's was firing on all cylinders, but now the Golden Eagles on a 3-0 run. We'll take a look and recap the 2 seasons so far. How did Marquette get here at a 10-5 record, 4-1 in conference play? Started off their season well on the road against Hawaii, San Diego, and Utah State. Had a tough battle against Wisconsin, number 7 team in the country. 3-0 sweep loss, but 2 days later, they took down number 15 Florida 3-0 in a demanding home win. Lost to Creighton in their 3rd Big East matchup, but they've played 4 ranked teams this season, and that's what's put them very near the top 25 at 10-5. St. John's, a grueling start, did not win a game until their home opener against Marist on September 12th. Had a solid weekend in Syracuse against Lemoyne and Siena with 2 wins. but have just won one game over their last 6 matches and hope to snap a 2-game skid here against Marquette. Persico and St. John's talk it over. It's 18-16 Marquette. As the Golden Eagles look to hold on their long road trip here to NYC. They were in South Orange yesterday taking on Seton Hall. St. John's has Seton Hall on a Tuesday matinee here from Carnesecca Arena with a noon start. Hattie Bray back to serve. Has back-to-back aces on Marquette's 3-0 run. Oh, man. Full extension from Ring back over the net. Parker somehow got to that one. Both teams the acrobatics. Here's Emma Parks. Has the kill. The freshman outside hitter picks up her second kill of the night. What a play there from Natalia Ring, the redshirt junior, keeping that alive on a one-armed fist over the net. Jones back set, Bell, got it. That's when St. John's at their best, when Erin Jones can get dead middle. Her assisting ability when Caponcelli is not on the floor is outstanding. Caponcelli's the setter, almost 400 kills so far in her freshman season. Ella Parker serves. St. John's down 19-17. That one is threaded into the bucket. Kira Schmidt, her second kill. Marquette now 20-17. Golden Eagles bring in 3 blue jerseys. Barbara Costa dos Santos comes in for St. John's in replacement of Ella Parker. Event staff comes on the floor, cleaning up some sweat dead middle. Lets both teams catch their breath. Marquette looks to hold on. They have won 6 of the last 7 points. Isabella Haggard with the duties. Getsy, nice dig, full extension. Zola heads back row. It goes off the ceiling and the banners. Marquette somehow keeps it alive, and they win the point. It hit the Lou Carnesecca, legendary head coach. His banner of 526 wins came back down. Marquette comes up big with the point. 21-17 Golden Eagles. Jones a bump. Zola not with a lot of momentum. 2 taps, but Erin Jones and Chloe Bell won the battle. It was 50-50 up top. St. John's with the point. They cut it to 21-18. As Lucrezia Lodi comes in, second time to serve. Lodi did not play last night against DePaul. Free ball, prime chance. St. John's, Kaya Harris couldn't find the kill. That's a set kill. It's what Isabella Haggard does so well. And what Tom Mendoza loves about the freshman is her awareness and IQ on the floor. 22-18 Marquette pulling away. Bell and Lodi come out, and Joanne Persico calls a timeout. Golden Eagles on top of St. John's, 22-18, will step away once again, back for the final few points here from Queens. Some rain outside, but staying dry inside Carnesecca Arena, St. John's and Marquette. Glad to have you with us. Marquette 22, St. John's 18, off of the second timeout for Joanne Persico and the Red Storm. Mari King to serve. Jones sets up Harris. She's rejected. It's Kira Schmidt once again. Schmidt with 3 kills, now a block. Emma Parks, the freshman, has 3 kills. The underclassmen on both sides showing up. Bell and Martina Getzi, the 2 first years, leading in kills for St. John's. That's a detonation. Kira Schmidt again, back-to-back points, and it's set point in set 1 as the Golden Eagles look to fly and get off on the right foot. Mari King off and away. Service error keeps the Red Storm alive. Aaron Jones pumping up her squad. And a smart move here from Joanne Persico, bringing in Captain Shelley, the setter, and a very smart server in replacement for Ludovica Zola, the middle blocker. Still set point. Captain Shelley over the net. Haggard sets up far side, blocked from Radif. Radif a free ball. Solano Smith, Captain Shelley, Aaron Jones couldn't fly away with the kill. She was blocked in front. It was Natalia Ring with the denial. And Marquette takes the first set 25-19 behind 14 kills, 4 from the freshman, Kira Schmitz. Set 2 coming up. St. John's needs a response. Marquette, they hope to keep the smooth and good times rolling here from Carnesecca Arena. Back from Carnesecca Arena on the St. John's YouTube channel. Cam Manna with you. Glad you could spend part of your Saturday night with their whole entire team. St. John's falls in set 1 at 25-19. Marquette, they went on a 4-0 run. St. John's crawled back, but there was just consistent marks of success from the Golden Eagles. And after a hot start for St. John's and Martina Getze and Chloe Bell, things came crumbling down in the back half. St. John's lost last night to DePaul, 3-set sweep at home. It's going to be big here in set 2 to respond and avoid that. Marquette led the way by the freshman Kira Schmidt with 4 kills on 7 attempts. That's a .429 hit percentage. Marquette serves first, and we get you ready to go here for set 2. Mari King off and away. Getze the dig, Cap'n Shelley, and she held on to it. Cap'n Shelley was waiting for Harris to make her move, and ball was also a little bit near the net. Awkward there from the freshman. Those errors continuing to bother St. John's. You take away a few of those errors in that last set, you never know what happens. Cap'n Shelley, far side. Parker works. Dug out from Haggard. Bumped top of the net. Blocked from Kaya Harrison-Jones. Second look for Marquette. Another block on the swing from Radif. Jones looks back row. Marquette point, net violation against Aaron Jones. What makes the Golden Eagles so good is their defense. They outdig most teams, and really they do not allow 1 or 2 swings to put them away. 2-0 Golden Eagles. Cap'n Shelley sets. Aaron Jones rejected. Natalia Ring right there with the block, along with Kira Schmidt. Both have been outstanding to start. That front row, the size for Marquette. Ring at 6'1". Kira Schmidt at 6'3", lining up against Aaron Jones at 5'10". Getze the dig, Cap'n Shelley sets. Harris slams it down. Red Storm on the board. It's 3-1 here in the second set. Marquette, a 1-0 match lead. Solano Smith set to serve. The junior. Primary libero, back-to-back years for the Red Storm. Haggard sets. Look for Schmidt. It's too far. St. John's point. Getze out there with Cap'n Shelley. And Chloe Bell holds on to the middle with Aaron Jones. Solano Smith, wonderful serve, almost an ace. Ring had another idea. Cap'n Shelley sets. Jones, dominant. Just the second kill for Jones here tonight on her 8th attempt. Trying to get above the negative. But nicely done there. Cap'n Shelley looks left. A backsided set to Jones. We're tied at 3. Radif, dead middle. Pancake from Getze. Aaron Jones can't find the second. Cap'n Shelley this time goes to Parker. Beautiful set, beautiful kill. Just like set 1, St. John's off and running early. They did the same last night. Led DePaul 13-8 in set 2, but DePaul went on a 6-0 run. Error from Solano Smith. We're tied at 4. Marquette brings in their star, Hattie Bray. Bray with 4 kills so far and 2 service aces for the 5th year. Serve there from Studer. It's an error. St. John's in front. Aaron Jones now serves. And that substitution we continue to see on the offensive side. Cap'n Shelley out. And the size of Ludovica Zola. Chase down, nothing to show for. Service ace for Jones. Second ace for the senior. 2 kills, 4 assists, and 2 aces tonight. It's a 6-4 St. John's lead. Jones works forward. It's an error. St. John's has looked good when they've been with service possession. Marquette's had a tough job responding and receiving it over the net, but the errors. 2 of the last 4 points against the Red Storm. Here's Parker, back row. Was it tipped? Yes. St. John's point. Haven't seen a challenge from either side so far. Joanne Persico, 32nd season. Tom Mendoza, first season. Was the head coach at South Carolina for the last 7. Tough tap in front. Jones, a free ball. Golden Eagles, prime spot. Rotation. It's Bray. Hattie Bray, rotation from left to right. Red Storm still on top by 1. On a very exciting atmosphere here tonight. Catholic Youth Organization Night. Breast Cancer Awareness Weekend. To all the true fighters out there, that's what Joanne Persico mentioned on the loudspeakers pregame, talking to the crowd. 7-6. Jones sets Chloe Bell in rotation. Red Storm by 2. Chloe Bell's got 4. It's a team lead. That's the future of St. John's. Chloe Bell, Martina Getzi, getting all this experience early and getting to learn from someone from Aaron Jones is going to be huge for their careers. 8-6 St. John's. Look there for Eiffel. Dug out from Barbara Costa dos Santos, but near the net. Tough spot for Aaron Jones. St. John's making Marquette work. It shows you this Big East. Teams 1 through 7 really all compete against each other well. Even though St. John's is 1-4 in conference play, they know what they're capable of. Getzi back on the board with the kill. It's her 4th. Marquette's receiving 15 votes. Mentioned in the open, 69-8 in conference play over the last 4 seasons. But St. John's has been one of the teams that has been able to get to Marquette with those 8 losses. That came in the tournament 2 years back. Eiffel, the lefty, cranks one home. It's 9-8. Red Storm still on top. Marquette not going away. They do have the match 1-0 lead. Elena Radiff back in, number 21 for the Golden Eagles. Radiff has 5 attempts. Does have 3 digs and 2 blocks. Getzi, the dig. Back to her, rises, kills. 5 kills for Getzi, 2 in the second set. St. John's in front by 2. Ella Parker comes in for Barbara Costa dos Santos, who was on the Jumbotron earlier trying to draw the Red Storm Eagle, but didn't work out too well in her favor. Has done a good job in the absence of Kendall White. Free ball. Parker slides it out. Aaron Jones was backpedaling, and a block from Emma Parks. Red Storm had what they wanted, but not the exact set they wanted from Capincelli. St. John's led by 2. It was 10-8 through the first 18 points. We're at 10-9 here in the second set. Getzi, the dig. Parker. What's the MPH on that? 4th for Parker. Getzi with 5, a team lead. Parker and Bell second on the squad as Bell comes back in for Kaya Harris. Solano Smith sets things up here for St. John's. Dug up. Oh, man. Natalia Ring came flying from the back row and slammed one down in front of Chloe Bell. Cuts it to 1. 11-10 St. John's. Adriana Studer to serve the libero. Capincelli to Chloe Bell. St. John's point. That block into the stands from Ring. Zola comes back in. Very impressive set so far from the Red Storm after having a 4-0 run, but Marquette controlling the final 7 points. Keeping their emotions in check and still not letting one set determine the match. Aaron Jones with the duties. Set up for Ring. Blocked at the net. Jones sets up Bell. Too much. Marquette point. Joanne Persico asking her squad, was it touched? Will she challenge? Asking Aaron Jones and Solano Smith. They don't think it was tipped, and they have the trust of Joanne Persico, no challenge. 12-11 Marquette. Solano Smith grabs it out. Chloe Bell in rotation, kill number 6 for the freshman. Bell is so good working from that St. John's logo and moving to her right. That balance from Bell and the athleticism. 13-11 Red Storm. Dugout from King. Rotation. Bray. Kill. Nobody swings it harder than Bray. So tough to return. Marquette, though, has not had the lead. 13-12 St. John's. It's been back and forth. Neither squad over the last 6 points has been able to win 2 straight. St. John's likes that in their favor. Maury Ring with the serve. Jones, Bell. Bray finds Eiffel. How about Solano Smith using the shoulder? Here's Parks. Side out. St. John's point. That seesaw continues. And how about Rashani Solano Smith with a shoulder bump, keeping that thing alive for the Red Storm. Third time Lucrezia Lodi comes in. She'll serve for St. John's. Dug out nicely from Studer. Eiffel, the lefty, can't find it. Zola taps it over, somehow goes down. Head coach for Marquette, Tom Mendoza, not happy about it. And maybe the media timeout comes at the right time for Marquette. St. John's 15, Marquette 12 on their home floor. Red Storm looking to tie the match at 1 when we return from Queens. St. John's rolling here in set 2 with a 15-12 lead over Marquette, who has just lost 8 matches in Big East play over the last 4 seasons. That's an error for Lucrezia Lodi. She'll come out. Chloe Bell with 6 kills tonight. She checks in. Hattie Bray will now serve for Marquette. A 15-13 Red Storm lead. Bray, the top player in the conference. Jones sets up Kaya Harris. Slams one home. Red Storm by 3, and they're beginning to feel that they're in the driver's seat to tie this matchup at 1. but they were not able to close out these late sets last night. Can that change here 24 hours later? Capin-Shelley, the freshman, serves away. It's an error. Marquette led by their top outside hitter, Hattie Bray, with 6 kills on 8 attempts. Here's the setter in Isabella Haggard. Haggard has 10 assists tonight, top of the team for the Golden Eagles. Nice dig from Getsy. Capin-Shelley, Aaron Jones rejected. It's Emma Parks, the freshman. This first-year class for Marquette under Tom Mendoza is outstanding, and Joanne Persico takes a timeout, maybe at the right time. Marquette now on a 2-0 run. It's 16-15. St. John's on top. We'll step away once again. Close one here in Big East play. St. John's now only up by 1. Joanne Persico calls a timeout. We're back with you in Queens. Marquette is not led since the first 2 points of this set. St. John's has been in the driver's seat. They want to continue that. Getsy, the point. Marquette, it was tipped. Does Tom Mendoza think that was true? Is he going to challenge? Yes. Marquette challenge on the tip. At the moment, 17-15 St. John's. And we'll get you the call. Stepping away once again here from St. John's. The challenge from Tom Mendoza is not awarded. Unsuccessful challenge, St. John's point. 17-15. So the kill there for Martina Getsy. It was tipped off the fingertips of Kira Schmitz, and no evidence to overturn on the official cameras on that far side scores table. Marquette with a 1-0 match lead. St. John's, they lead by 2 in set 2. Martina Getsy with 6 kills. She serves. It's an ace. What a night for Getsy, and what a weekend it's been for the first year. had 14 kills last night and puts St. John's on top 18-15. Red Storm here desperately needing to put together at least one set in their favor, and it's been tough sledding. Facing off against UConn on October 4th, that was a 3-1 loss. Swept last night against DePaul, and they understand here against Marquette, towards the heart of Big East play, this is where you have to make your turn and start playing your best volleyball. There's always the question about finding your team during non-conference. It's a young group, but there's only so much time to find the team's identity. And what just finding one win, one set against a team like Marquette could do, it could revive all the confidence for St. John's, something that they feel like they've been lacking. It's getting that monkey off their back. Versus DePaul, they lost set 1 29-27, set 2 25-23, and the final set 25-15. Fell to Marquette 25-19 in the first set, 18-15 at the moment in favor of the Red Storm on their home floor on this Saturday night. St. John's leading in the hit department, 224-213. Over their last 5, St. John's has not led in their 4 losses. And that hit clip, they've been getting crushed in that area. Backpedaling was Radiff. Captain Shelley looks for Parker. Looks back row, well too much on it. Again, Marquette has not led. But all that matters is if they can lead towards the final few points and hold on when it matters most. The serve here from Maury King. Getsy, Captain Shelley, Ella Parker on a good deception there. Didn't work there for St. John's. Solano Smith wants Aaron Jones. You got her. 3 kills for Aaron Jones. Seems to always come up big, and St. John's knows where they're going to finish off this set. You have Getsy, but Aaron Jones, reliable at all times. 19-16 Red Storm. Nice save from Marquette. They get a second look. Haggard finds Ring. Dug out from Parker. Aaron Jones again. Almost the kill. Going to be a tough free ball. Marquette does get it over, but out. So Aaron Jones forces 2 tough returns that Marquette cannot eat. 2016 Red Storm. They have not led by more than 4. A point here would mark their largest lead of 5. Pancakes. Radiff. Captain Shelley. What a save. Chloe Bell feeds it over. Parker, was it tipped? No. Marquette point. Wonderful job there from Kira Schmidt, number 7 for Marquette, keeping that thing alive. Marquette's defense has been their go-to to really not let St. John's pull away. But both teams have been plagued by the error bug. 21-17 Red Storm. Ludovica Zola for size, she's in. Captain Shelley comes out for the time being, the team's top setter. Aaron Jones now serves. Has 3 kills, 2 have come in the second set. Hattie Bray, Aaron Jones sliding around. Jones the bump. Zola the slap. Rejected. Another look. Good rebound from the Red Storm. And they got the point too. Oh no, it's for Marquette. That one looked like it was tipped and then out from Marquette. Joanne Persico talking to the far side official. Will she challenge? Looking at her team. She'll challenge. So the second challenge of this second set, Marquette's 0 for 1 on their challenge with Tom Mendoza. Joanne Persico definitely has a good feeling about this one, and I agree. At the moment, 21-18, St. John's in front in the back half of set 2. So both coaches 0 for 1 on challenges. Call stands, Marquette point, 21-18. It was tipped again from St. John's on the initial block from Marquette. Golden Eagles 18, Red Storm 21. Marquette a 1-0 match lead. Jones sets up Chloe Bell. St. John's point, that one was tipped off of Hattie Bray of Marquette. And the Red Storm, they've led this whole set, hoping to hold on and tie this matchup at 1 apiece in front of the home crowd. Parker serves away. Haggard, back row, blocked. Chloe Bell right there. 7 kills and now 3 blocks. Her and Zola involved. When Zola's in too, it's a force to be reckoned with at 6'3". 23-18, St. John's leads. Hattie Bray dug out from Aaron Jones. What a play. Getsy, tipped at the net, slows it down. Bray's blocked. It's Chloe Bell again. And Joanne Persico loves it. She's kicking air. 24-18, it's set point. Bell with now 4 blocks. Parker looks to win it here for St. John's in set 2. A lot behind that one from Ring. Parker comes up empty. Marquette stays alive. That was so much emotion from St. John's, and it's, again, that point of all the failures they've had over the last few matches. It's finally feeling that success, awaiting it, and getting that weight off their back. You felt it all come alive on that one point. Still set point, 24-19 Red Storm. They've led this whole set. Mari King to serve. Getsy. Jones. Back to Getsy. She's got it! 7 kills for Getsy. The 2 freshmen, Bell and Getsy, with a combined 14. And St. John's takes set 2, 25-19. They tie the match up at 1. Good one here from Queens. About a 4-minute break, set 3 awaits. It's a Big East clash. St. John's and Marquette on this Saturday night. It's become a good one here from Queens. St. John's takes the second set, 25-19 from Marquette. They led the whole way. Chloe Bell, Martina Getzi, the two freshmen, have combined for 14 kills to lead the way for the Red Storm. Cam Manna back with you here from Carnesecca Arena. Glad you could join us for this coverage of Big East women's volleyball. Marquette took the first set 25-19, but says a lot about St. John's, the struggle that they've gone through, the gut-wrenching loss last night where they felt like they should have won in 4 sets. They lost in 3 against DePaul and have not seen as much emotion in a bit from Joanne Persico after the block right before set point from Chloe Bell and Ludovica Zola. She was kicking air. Packed crowd here from Queens. We're underway for set 3. Martina Getzi to serve. Haggard sets up Radif. Captain Shelley's got Parker. It's a St. John's start. Parker's got 5 kills. Everybody involved right now, and it's not just been Erin Jones, the team kill leader, with 221 coming in. She's just got 3. At the moment, the scoreboard says 1-0 Marquette. Looked clear it was a St. John's point. I think Marquette thought it was a St. John's point, too. Parker hit it, and it was clearly deflected out from Marquette because the ball went diagonal. That's clear challenge from Joanne Persico. Actually, almost impossible for the ball to go where it went from how Parker hit it. So this one shouldn't take too long. We'll step away for a quick moment, and we'll see if this one's overturned. Back here from Queens, about a 30-second challenge there as Joanne Persico is awarded. Now 1 for 2 on the night with challenges. That one was a kill from Ella Parker whole entire way. Tipped out from Marquette. It's 1-0 St. John's, and we're tied at 1-1 in the match in a big Big East clash. Getzi serves. Dug out from King. Captain Shelley. Erin Jones tries to tap it over. Good size from Marquette. Haggard looks for ring, but it's a block. Erin Jones. Oh, man. 2 big statement points early from St. John's, beginning to feel it here at home. Dugout back row from Stewart. Sets up Radif, left-handed tap, nothing on it. Parker. She's got the kill. It's blocked out again from Marquette. Fastest and loudest start St. John's has had. And over their last 28 points scored, Marquette has not led. Ring. Dug out. What a play. Sliding Solano Smith. Parker a free ball. Prime chance here for the Golden Eagles. Back to Ring. Tipped off of Jones on the side out. It's a Marquette point. But that tells you a lot. St. John's has led. They have not let Marquette go on any runs. The issue last night were the loud and long runs from DePaul. Stewart's serve just threads in the back row. Solano Smith thought it was out. It's now a 1-point difference. Adriana Stewart, the senior out of Heartland, Wisconsin, serving again. Dug up from Radif. There's Bray. That's what she does so well. Ties it up at 3. Hattie Bray with 7 kills on 12 attempts, a team lead. Stewart again serves. Cap and Shelley, backwards bump. Parker, wonderfully dug out from Stewart. Sets up Ring, loops it over and loops it in. 4-3 Golden Eagles, and their first lead. Have not led since the end of the first set. Service ace for Stewart. And now to that comment, not allowing scoring runs. Well, Marquette's on a 5-0 run. Joanne Persico, timeout. 5-3 Golden Eagles. Just beginning here in the third set. And a tied-up match at 1 apiece. St. John's tucks it over here at the break. Marquette with their first lead since the second set. It's behind a 5-0 run and a service ace from the senior, Adriana Studer. St. John's took set 2, 25-19, traded the favor, match tied at 1 in a big October Big East clash. Studer, service error. St. John's cuts it to 1. Red Storm has been led the way by Chloe Bell, who checks back in. She's got 7 kills up front, wearing number 14. And Martina Getzi with 7 kills. She's in the back row at the moment as Solano Smith serves it away. Haggard sets. Hattie Bray, side out. Third error for Bray here tonight. Not often does Hattie Bray miss on a chance like that. Double-digit kills, 5 times, a .383 hit percentage. It's one of the tops in the country. Service error for Solano Smith. Marquette in front, 6-5. Elena Radiff here. Set to serve, a transfer from Santa Clara. Third on the team in kills last year, and her 5th year is in a Marquette uniform. Bell just somehow slaps it over. King, back row kill. Natalia Ring, preseason All Big East. Team leader in kills. Had 244 last season. Talk about a jump. He's going to hit that this week likely. Service ace. Mari King. St. John's now hoping to not allow Marquette to roll on this run. It was a 5-0 run. Now Marquette on a 3-0 run. 8-5 Golden Eagles. Parker. She missed it. Golden Eagles now rolling. Tom Mendoza, first season head coach at South Carolina, made 4 NCAA appearances, and now here in the Big East, representing a very good program. Cap and Shelley sets, Parker blocks. Marquette, 5-0 run. And a 10-5 lead for the Golden Eagles. Timeout called again for Joanne Persico. It's her second here early on, and Solano Smith, the libero for St. John's, also shaken up. Coming off the court slowly is number 9. We'll check that out. St. John's will talk it over. Marquette now demanding, flipping the script here on this Saturday night. We return to Carnesecca Arena on this Saturday evening. Big East women's volleyball. St. John's 5, Marquette 10 on a 5-0 run for the Golden Eagles. Match tied at 1-1. Elena Radeth back to serve. Martina Getzi the dig. Capincelli in system to Chloe Bell, and she can't thread it on the interior of the net in enemy territory. Bell and Getzi, 7 kills into the third set, nothing to show for so far, and it's a big reason why Marquette leads 11-5. Elena Radeth off and away. Near side pin, Ella Parker. What a dig. That was Mari King. And sets up Natalia Ring. Ring's got 8 kills, came into the set with 3. She's now rolling. 12-5 Marquette. And no timeouts for St. John's, using 2 early on. They do have the media timeout. Capincelli, Aaron Jones, high flyer. She's blocked. Who is it? Number 17, Natalia Ring again. Make it an 8-0 run for the Golden Eagles. Largest run of the night. And here comes for the first time Anna Franca Benjamin, the sophomore, checking in for Capincelli. Franca Benjamin, 45 sets this season, did not play against DePaul. Comes in with 44 kills and 64 digs. Radeth serves. Jones, Parker, blocked again. This time it's Haggard and Bray. And everything working for the Golden Eagles. What makes them so good is when they're in a rhythm, they got so many options. You have the Natalia Ring, the Hattie Bray, but the freshman setter and Isabella Haggard has been big. Haggard sets, Ring, dug out, Solano Smith, unbelievable. Free ball from Marquette. Bell, rejected at the net. Hattie Bray at 6'3" with the length. 2 of the top players in the Big East for the Golden Eagles. I've said their name time and time again over the last few points, and this one has gotten away from the Red Storm. 10-0 run. Can Marquette make it 11? It's been the block party for the Golden Eagles. That ball tipped. Haggard, set kill. Houdini. Isabella Haggard. The freshman from Lexington, Kentucky. Attended Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School. Had 3,000 assists in 4 seasons, and the D1 level has not been a problem so far. 16-5 Marquette. Make it 16-6. That snaps an 11-0 Marquette rung. It's Ella Parker with her 7th kill. St. John's played one of their best sets of this season in set 2 in a 25-9 win against the Marquette squad, receiving votes. They're down by 10. Aaron Jones serves. It's an error. Sloppy set here for the Red Storm, and the blocks have been the go-to for Marquette. 10 blocks to St. John's 7 on the night, but 3 for Marquette in this third set. And that hit percentage, it's flipped. St. John's was hitting 264. They're now hitting 101. That's an error for Marquette. Both sides trading the favors. And Marquette has jumped from 110 to 164 in hit percentage. Ella Parker now serves 17-7. It's a Marquette lead. Match tied at 1-1. Off the body of King, maybe off her chin. It's a service ace for Parker. She'll take it. Parker's got 7 kills. That ties a team lead with Bell and Getzi, and now has 2 service aces. Haggard finds King. It's a St. John's point on the error. The Red Storm are going to need a loud run here. Trail 17-9. Marquette had an 11-0 run. Service error. St. John's, the errors have bothered them here tonight. Now 8 errors for the Red Storm. Parker comes out. Her and Joanne Persico talk it over. And on the return, Mari King on the free ball over. 19-9, Marquette on top. Hattie Bray now serves for the Golden Eagles, hoping to take a 2-1 match lead. Dugout, Barbara Costa dos Santos. Getzi in rhythm. Wonderful save. That's Avery Helms, the freshman. Costa dos Santos, nothing that she could do there on the back row swing from Natalia Ring. Largest lead we've seen. Marquette now on their second 3-0 run at the minimum. Jones sets, nobody home. That was a head scratcher for St. John's. Jones thought Zola was behind her, and Zola thought that Jones was going to Bell. Bell has 7 kills, but her and Getzi with 7, none in the third set. Solano Smith wants Getzi. Rejected. Kira Schmidt, the freshman right there. It's her 6th block that's top on the team. Marquette has flipped the script. St. John's now looks lost. Jones taps it. Chloe Bell sliding his Helms. King hits it over. Jones again the set. Back to Getzi. That's not worked because of the blocks. Another block. Zola a free ball. The Marquette defense, they turn it into offense. Mari King, the freshman. It's her 4th kill. Block party for the Golden Eagles. 23-9 Marquette. Hattie Bray serves. Just trickles over. Getzi finally goes up top. A lot more on that one. Bell, it was tipped, slowed down, back row, it's Ring. Getzi, again, now finding more room over the top. Barbara Costa dos Santos could have let that one go. Longest point we've seen tonight. Who's going to win it? Getzi, again for the 5th time. Nothing to show for. Jones wants Bell. They got her. 8th kill for Bell on an unbelievable points. 10 points now for St. John's, 23 for Marquette. Match tied at 1-1. Marquette hopes to pull away. Lodi the serve, and that's a set kill. Isabella Haggard, going to be one of the best setters in the nation because of her IQ, and again, has been one of the best set killers in the country. Set point, 24-10. Haggard serves for Marquette. Getzi. No response from Marquette. And Getzi now figuring out how to get around the middle blockers of Marquette that have 11 blocks with 5 in this third set. Captain Shelley, the setter, back into serve, takes out Franca Benjamin. Zola also out for St. John's. Still set point, 24-11 Marquette in the third set. Captain Shelley goes back row. Dug out from King. Haggard goes to Ring. Can't drop it in. Getzi rejected. Solano Smith bounces it around. Another look for Getzi. Side out. Marquette They take the third set in dominating fashion, 25-11, and Natalia Ring has come to play. Marquette's 11-0 run was too much. Fourth set coming up. Marquette looks to win it in 4. Can St. John's send it to 5? Find out next here from Queens. We head to the fourth set here from Carnesecca Arena. Cam Manna back with you. So glad you could join us and spend part of your Saturday watching some Big East women's volleyball. Marquette 2, St. John's 1. Marquette dominated. That could be an understatement for that third set, 25-11, backed by an 11-0 run for the Golden Eagles. St. John's, they hope for a response and to send things to a fifth set. Marquette played there and won and only played 4 sets for the first time last night against Seton Hall. All their other wins and losses were 3 sets or 5. Could be back-to-back nights of 4-set victories. Kaya Harris, good start. She does not want that to happen. 3 kills for Kaya Harris. Chloe Bell checks in for St. John's. 8 kills, a team lead. Her and Martina Getzi, the freshman, as Solano Smith serves here for the Red Storm. St. John's does have 8 errors, not 1 there. What a dig from Captain Shelley. Jones, Parker. It's a save. Oh, man, what a dive from Ring. Parker, too much on it. And Natalia Ring has been all over the place. 9 kills, now 6 digs. That one her best, full extension. Adriana Studer, the libero serves for Marquette. We're tied at 1. Just underway 4th set. Parker rises, swings, can't score. Haggard finds Ring on the near side. Parker second time. She got it. Parker's been great, stepping up in the absence of Kendall White. And as this season has gone on, her role has increased. 5 or more kills, now 8 times for Parker. Has 8 here tonight. Had 8 last night against DePaul. Haggard, overhead dig, tough by the net. It's a St. John's point. Red Storm lead 3-1. They led early on in the third set. Let's not forget it was a 4-1 St. John's lead. And they led for the whole entire second set. But what runs do, St. John's has had trouble this season being able to squash opponents' runs. And the errors again. That's the 9th for St. John's tonight. 3-2 Red Storm. 2-1 match lead for Marquette, hoping to move to 11-5 and 5-1 in Big East play. Solano Smith, Parker, it's been the option. Too far. St. John's 1-4 in Big East play at 5-13. They've had all the consecutive 20-win seasons. 24 wins last year, most wins since 07, but right now just 5 with a very young squad. Parker swings, scores. 9 for Ella Parker. 4-3 Red Storm. Sending this thing to a 5th set would be monumental for the St. John's confidence. Hoping to roll that confidence into Tuesday, quick turnaround. 3 games in a 5-day period with Seton Hall on a matinee on Tuesday. Haggard sets. In motion was Ring. Dug out from Getsy, but nobody there to help her out. We're tied at 4. Natalia Ring, double-digit kills. First one in this match to double digits is Ring. Barbara Costa dos Santos comes in. Mari King serves. Jones bumps. Tough spot by the pin. Does get over from Getsy. Back row. Who is it? It's Ring. Jones saves. Bell blocked. Hattie Bray on the denial. Marquette bench loves it. 5-4 Golden Eagles. They're in front. And last time they were in front, well, they didn't give it back. Chloe Bell tipped at the net from Bray. Solano Smith, wonderful save. Bell blocks and can't save it. Hattie Bray, 7th block. Team lead for her. And that has led the team this season in blocks. Eclipsed that 60 block mark here tonight. King again. Downward spinning serve. Zola, back-footed. Pancakes. No, it hit the ground. What an effort there from Avery Helms, the freshman, out of St. Charles, Missouri. But not enough under it. It's 6-5. Service chance here for Marquette. Or St. John's, excuse me. Lucrezia Lodi. Bray pounds it down. 7-5 Golden Eagles. Bray now 8 kills, 7 blocks. Bell and Lodi come out. Barbara Costa dos Santos and Kaya Harris back in for St. John's. Hattie Bray serves on a 7-5 Marquette lead, 2-1 match lead. Jones sets. Getsy, almost the kill. Dug out from Bray. Into the stands. It was King. Marquette keeps the point alive. Getsy, dug out, but a side out. 9 kills for Getsy, her first of this 4th set. But how about the defense of Marquette and Maury King at the scores table on the near side, saving it. This Marquette defense, very, very pesky. Martina Capin-Shelley serves. Bounced over. Chance for King. Solano Smith diving to her left. Free ball, Golden Eagles, prime chance. Back row, ring. Dug out, Barbara Costa dos Santos. Back to Getsy. Both teams staying alive. Blocked. That's Aaron Jones and Kaya Harris. Somehow still in the air. Jones wins the points. St. John's with their defense. It's 7-7. When you got Solano Smith on the floor for St. John's, that's when things are always alive. Almost had a dig there with the right hand, but hammered down on the kill. Marquette 8, St. John's 7. Match lead 2-1 Marquette. They took the third set 25-11 behind an 11-0 run. Isabella Haggard serves. Getsy, tough return. Somehow Capin-Shelley diving around. Touched over, it's out. St. John's ties it up at 8. St. John's is hitting at 93, Marquette 191. Both teams not hitting well here tonight. But the digs, 41 for Marquette, 40 for St. John's. It's been a defensive clinic. Haggard sets up Schmidt. 9-8 Marquette. Schmidt's got 5. Maury King now to serve. Marquette had 7 errors, but none in the third set. St. John's wiping up their floor. A quick second. Aaron Jones is showing the event staff where the sweat needs to be cleaned up. St. John's battling here with one of the top teams in the Big East. Picked to finish second is Marquette. Have been in the Big East title 3 of the last 4 seasons. They were in the NCAA regional semifinal against Penn State, who went on to win the Natty last year. Lost that 3-1. This is a phenomenal program. That one is well to the stands. Almost hits the St. John's bench and Joanne Persico. 9-9 your score. A lot on that from Natalia Ring. Timeout called. And I'm not sure, maybe Tom Mendoza challenges. He is challenging. He wants to see if this one was tipped. That one was laced. We'll see if this challenge is awarded. So far, Marquette has not been able to win a challenge. We'll have that call coming up.
On further review, the call was reversed.
10-8 Marquette lead, and the call was reversed. Marquette wins the challenge, so that hammer of a swing from Ring was tipped, even though it went all the way into the St. John's locker room. 10-8 Marquette. King serves. Golden Eagles looking to continue this run. What a play. Kaya Harris with the mobility. St. John's point at the net. And it was all because Kaya Harris got that thing over, scooped it over. Marquette 2-1 match favor. Neither side yet has won consecutive sets. See if that changes here. Dug out from Studer. Set up for Ring. What a play. Falling was Getsy. Parker in system. Free ball from Radiff. Capincelli sets. Parker. Score. St. John's knots it at 10. Both teams with 35 kills. And Marquette just 3 more digs. It's been an even match. You exclude that Marquette 11-0 run in that third set. This one has been tight. Oh, man. Ring just rised above. Floated in midair. Looked down at the chessboard and slammed one dead middle. Ring now with 12 kills, a team lead. Solano Smith back to Parker. Good pin fade. Ring went to the other side of the court. Marquette and St. John's tied at 11. Ludovica Zola back in. Capincelli the setter out. Aaron Jones, she'll serve. Does have 2 errors here tonight is Jones. Has 4 kills and 18 assists. Bray was tipped from Zola. Slows down. Parker blocked. Bray, second time. That was the go-to. Wanted the first block, got the second. 12-11 Golden Eagles. Radiff now serves. Jones sets, blocked. Natalia Ring says no way to Chloe Bell, who's at 8 kills tonight on 23 attempts. 13-11 Marquette. Timeout called for Joanne Persico and the Red Storm. Hoping to stay in it here. Golden Eagles lead by 2. Behind Natalia Ring's 12 kills and Bray's blocks at the net. We'll step away. Back in a moment from Carnesecca Arena. Joanne Persico talks it over with her St. John's side. They trail 13-11. Fourth set, Marquette a 2-1 match lead. Jones sets, Zola blocked. It was Hattie Bray again. She's got a team lead 8. Back over the net. Here's Bray. Chloe Bell blocked her. Here's Parker. She's got the kill. Ella Parker checks in on Radiff. Great sportsmanship there from Parker to make sure Radiff was okay on an absolute slam. 13-12, Parker serves. She's got a team lead, 11 kills here tonight. Season high is 16. That came against UConn. Parker service error. Barbacosa dos Santos comes in for Parker. And Mari King will serve here, the freshman. Has been a very accurate server here tonight for the Golden Eagles. They lead by 2. Trims it over. Jones. There's Martina Getzi. She's alive. Kill number 10. She had 7 through the first 2 sets. Back on the board is Getzi. Has 21 kills over the last 2 matches entering tonight. Make it 31 over the last 3. Lucrezia Lodi has come in to serve. 4th time here tonight. It's an error. 15-13 Marquette in front. Just the 2nd time they'll have a chance of winning a match in the 4th set. Did it for the first time last night against Seton Hall. Hattie Bray the serve, dead middle. Good communication from Getzi. Aaron Jones forced on the free ball. Jones, Kaya Harris tipped over and fed right back. Kira Schmidt with the block. This is where St. John's lately has really crumbled. Down by 3 late in the set. Marquette pulled away in the 3rd set at this moment. Backed by an 11-0 run. And it continues. Kira Schmidt, a block, now a kill. It's 17-13. Joanne Persico takes her final timeout. Can St. John's keep it alive? They want to win the 4th set, send it to a 5th on their home court. Marquette, they have other ideas. Far from home. We'll get you the action and the finish here from Queens. St. John's needs a comeback to keep this thing alive. Back from Queens, Marquette 17, St. John's 13. And a 2-1 Marquette match lead. Getzi the dig, Solano Smith arcs it back to Getzi. That's clinical. Getzi's got 11. Her and Parker both with double digits leading the way for St. John's. Martina Caponcelli serves here, a 17-14 Marquette lead. Dug out from King. Haggard looked for the set kill, not there. Getzi taps it over, has the kill. Getzi's now rolling. She's got 12 and 3 in this 4th set. Getzi now at 100 kills in her first season in a St. John's uniform. Blocked. It's Aaron Jones. The captain looking to spark the Red Storm. And off the timeout, they got a run. 3-0 run for the Red Storm. Marquette timeout. 17-16. It's flipped. St. John's looking to keep it alive. Marquette and Tom Mendoza, they'll chat. We'll head to a break. St. John's now on a 3-0 run. They punch back. Marquette was on a 3-0 run. Persico and St. John's called a timeout. Now they've traded the favor. Marquette out of their timeout. Capincelli serves. Free ball from Helms from the back row. Set. Higher. Harris the kill. St. John's ties it at 17. They're not done yet. It's a 4-0 run for the Red Storm. The resilience on full display, that was a question for Joanne Persico and this team. Their toughness. And you're seeing that come alive right here at home. Back row, deceptive fake from Ring. She looked for the swing. How about a tap? Marquette in front by 1. No more timeouts for Joanne Persico. She's used 2. Marquette has 1, but the early timeouts could come back to hot St. John's. Isabella Haggard serves here. Late 4th set. Capincelli sets. Getzi slam. 13 for Getzi. Having the best 3-game stretch of her early career. 18-18. Marquette has only lost 8 Big East matches in the last 4 seasons. St. John's hoping to send it to a 5th set. This one just in. Elena Radiff threads the needle. Back row. Does Joanne Persico agree? She will not challenge. 19-18 Marquette. After both teams had a couple 3-0 runs, now the seesaw back in effect. Mari King serves. It's an error. 19 all. Chloe Bell back in. Kaya Harris out. And Solano Smith to serve. Marquette's been to 4 5th sets this season. It was in all of their first 5 matches. Haggard sets. Radiff. She's got the kill. Radiff rises above. 2019 Marquette. Was that the moment that Marquette's going to need to drive it to the finish line? Big point here. Chloe Bell in rotation, blocked. It's Natalia Ring with her 6th block on a team lead, 13 kills. Golden Eagles can feel win number 11. St. John's trying to stick around. Capincelli. Parker. Got it. Parker's got 13. Ties a team lead. Both teams throwing jabs. The uppercut has to come soon from either side. 21-20 Golden Eagles. Aaron Jones, big serve. Haggard sets. Ring into the back row. This thing went to the concourse. Natalia Ring with 14 on just under a 300 hit percentage on a phenomenal night. Marquette by 2. Radiff serves. Jones sets. Zola blocked. How about the dig from Solano Smith? Sets up Parker on a back row kill. Red Storm not letting Marquette get that 3-point lead. It's back to 1. "33rd all-time meeting has been a good one between these two historic Big East programs. Tom Mendoza, he's going to challenge. He might think that this one was too far from Parker. Our initial view, this one looked good. 4th time that Marquette is going to challenge here tonight. St. John's really responding after last night. DePaul picked in the top 5 of the preseason poll. St. John's got swept, and it would be easy for the Red Storm to fold over the next day, battling some injuries. Kendall White, the freshman, not been in the lineup. but they've played some of their best volleyball this season against one of their toughest opponents. And St. John's scheduled their toughest schedule under Joanne Persico's 32-season career. And she even laughs. She looked back on it and she was like, I'm not sure what I was thinking, but I hope that this tough schedule helps out our squad. And you're seeing it right here. Playing Tennessee, playing number 4 Louisville and Auburn back in August, and playing a Marquette squad receiving votes. Looks like the call stands. 22-21. St. John's in front. Ella Parker notched her 14th kill. That season high 16 last week against UConn. Parker gets it over. Tough spot. Batted. Solano Smith. Another highlight reel play. Haggard finds ring. 23-21 Marquette. Been a long road trip for the Golden Eagles here in the metropolitan area. Hope to finish off with a sweep in the Big Apple. 23-21 Marquette. The serve from King. It's an error, and that's huge. Cuts the Marquette lead to 1. St. John's eager to send it to a 5th set here on their home floor. Chloe Bell to serve. Second time tonight that she'll serve. 3 aces on her season. Haggard sets. Chance for King. She's blocked. It's Kaya Harris. We're knotted at 23. And a timeout called for Marquette and Tom Mendoza. Red Storm not going away against one of the Big East's best in the Golden Eagles. Gonna be a good finish. We'll step away. Back in a moment. 23-all. It's going to be a spectacular finish here in Queens, whether it's to a 5th set or we're done here in 4. St. John's has given one of the best teams in the country a tough battle. 23-23. Marquette leads the match 2-1. Chloe Bell serves for St. John's. Haggard sets up Bray, the top kill leader, with the spotlight on her. They go her way. It's set point, it's match point. Marquette, they hope for 3 straight and a 5-1 start in Big East play. Hattie Bray, her 8th kill, she now serves. Jones, Martina Getzi. Marquette looks for the dagger. They got it. Natalia Ring shuts the door here on the road. Marquette victorious, 25-23 in 4 sets here in Queens. St. John's battled, lost the first set, won the second 25-11. The third set was a rough one. Marquette 25-11 on an 11-0 run. But the Red Storm gave a team that went to the regional semifinal last season a run for their money. Red Storm, they fall to 5-14, 1-5 in Big East play, but one of their better matches of the season heading towards the midway point of conference play. They'll see St. John's on Tuesday, a 12 p.m. first serve against the Pirates. Marquette wins it. They move to 11-5, 5-1 in Big East play. thanks so much for joining us here from Queens. Marquette victorious in a fun battle on this Saturday night. Cam Manna saying so long, and thanks so much for joining us from Carnesecca Arena.